Hello and welcome to online edu classes of Brilliant Public School by Kailash Kumar sir. Today in this video we are going to continue with our previous topic of English, that is chapter 13, Lumos, written by J.K. Rowling, and this is the third part of our video. Dear children, in the first part we have discussed about the core objective and purpose of setting up the charity Lumos by J.K. Rowling, along with the partnership with governments, professionals and carers, communities, families and children to transform outdated systems that drive families apart from their innocent children just because they are either physically or mentally challenged or for various other reasons. And we also came to know the miserable circumstances in which these children are forced to live. Like in some institutions, they are kept in caged beds in limited space. Somewhere they are compelled to live a number of children in one room. And also how these children are kept isolated, they are kept alone and not allowed to meet their family members. And in the second video, we studied about various problems and challenges in the transformation of these outdated systems and the practice of institutionalization. And we also discussed about the various possible solutions to overcome it. Now, in this video, part 3 of Lumos, we will be basically studying about the various forms of abuse a child may suffer from anyone in the society, and will also learn how to react or what to do in such case if any child undergoes any such problem. Right children? So this was the introduction. Now let's begin our video part 3. So here we have a story which is based on working with young people in Serbia. An innovative booklet created by children and young people with intellectual disabilities. Intellectual disabilities means thinking or understanding disabilities to help their peers understand abuse and neglect has been launched in a number of European languages. So this is the book children. Nobody is allowed to harm you. Right? So such innovative booklet was created by children and young people, those who lack thinking or understanding ability. The main purpose was that to help their peers, their friends, their classmates understand what is abuse and neglect. And it was launched in a number of European languages. The booklet, Nobody is Allowed to Harm You, was produced as a part of a groundbreaking project in Serbia. Groundbreaking project means innovative project, and it was funded by the European Union and run by young people working with Lumos and the Serbian Child Rights Center. And yes, it was also getting help from the Serbian Child Rights Center. Here are some excerpts from the booklet. Excerpts means a short extract from the same booklet, Nobody is Allowed to Harm You. Now, what do abuse and neglect mean? Abuse is when someone does something or says something to someone else that can hurt, upset, or frighten them. Neglect is when an adult who should care for a child does not do it and does not care about providing a child with all the things they need. So here we have a right picture, a correct picture, what is abuse and what is neglect. Abuse means someone does something or says something to someone else that can hurt or upset or frighten them. And neglect means when an adult who should care for a child does not do it and does not care about providing a child with all the things they need. Right children? So let's continue. If abuse happens to you or someone you know, then it is important to speak out and tell someone you trust straight away. Right children? So whenever such kind of unpleasant incident or any kind of abuse happens to you or any one of your friend, then it is very important to inform about that unpleasant incident to your elders, to your parents, to your teachers, to your guardians, or someone you trust straight away. Should not wait for any moment. Abuse and neglect are always wrong. Adults can be abused too, but this book is about the abuse and neglect of children and young people. Who are people who do it? Most people will not abuse other people, but anyone can. It might be someone a child knows well, or even a family member, and maybe a completely unknown person. So, who are the people who do such type of abuse or unpleasant act with the children? So, it might be someone a child knows well, or sometimes even a family member does that, or maybe sometimes an unknown, a stranger person can do that. Neglect is when an adult who should look after children properly doesn't. It might be a parent, guardian, carer, or teacher. And neglect is such when an adult should actually look after the children properly, but he or she is not doing that properly. It might be anyone. It can be parent or guardian or one who takes care of us or a teacher. If any abuse happens to you or your friends, then it is important that you should tell someone you trust straight away. Right, children? Whenever such unpleasant incident or any kind of abuse happens to you or any one of your friend, then it is very important that you should inform about that unpleasant incident about to the person whom you trust the same very moment. The person who is abusing you may say that you have to keep it a secret, but they are wrong to say this. Never wait for this moment, children. If the person who is abusing you, he or she is telling that and threatening you to keep this incident as a secret, then you should never do that. You should always, even you must always inform about such kind of unpleasant incident to the person whom you trust. Now, who are the people who can help us or who can help you? If any bad thing happens to you, there are people who can help you. Many of these things can be stopped if you talk to the right people. There are people who can help you. First, in the family, parents or foster parents, an older brother or sister, grandmother, grandfather, a relative, or any other person whom you trust. So, here are many people on whom you can trust. You very well know that whom you trust, children. So, in the family, these all persons are there. You can inform anyone in case any person is abusing you or misbehaving with you in an unpleasant manner. In the institution, a counselor, your teacher, a carer, or any other person whom you feel comfortable with, you can inform any of these. At school, any teacher in whom you have the most confidence, a psychologist. Psychologist is a person who studies the human mind, or a pedagogue. A pedagogue is a teacher. So you can inform any one of these people, or even you can inform everyone. Any policeman or policewoman, and you can also call the police station on 100. By dialing the number 100, you can inform to the police person about such kind of abuse incident with you. Your doctor, your guardian, or a friend. So these are the number of people whom you can inform in case any unpleasant incident happens with you. You should always feel safe and nobody should be allowed to harm you. Child abuse is always wrong, and if it happens to you or someone you know, then you must talk to an adult you trust. Right, children? So this is the conclusion of this video that whenever such incident or unkind or unpleasant incident in the form of abuse or in the form of neglect happens to you, then immediately you should inform to the rightful person so that a needful step can be taken out for your safety and concern. Now, here are some words you might not know, or these are the new words for you or new terminologies for you. First is violence. Violence is when someone applies force to hurt you or make you feel bad. As you can clearly see in the picture, the boy standing at right is holding the collar of the boy by applying force to hurt him or to make him feel bad. Next is threats. Threats are when someone says that they will do unpleasant things to you. Next is insults. Insults are bad words and abusive terms that someone says to you or any members of your family. Humiliation is when someone does or says things that hurt your pride and which make you feel less valuable. Like someone insults you. That is humiliation. Avoiding. Avoiding means it is a type of neglecting. Avoiding is when someone does not want to be near you or does not want that you should be near them. The next one is harassment. Harassment is when someone says or does things that make you feel uncomfortable or make you feel unsafe. So these are the words. So finally we are at the end of this video and we have also finished this chapter Lumos here. I hope you all have found this chapter very knowledgeable and helpful for you forever. Children, this chapter is totally dedicated and devoted to you all for your safety, wellness, and proper growth and development everywhere in the society at any time. I expect that you all will definitely follow the guidelines and will never hesitate to inform your parents or teachers in case anyone misbehaves with you by any manner as discussed in the video. This much in this video, children. Do read this chapter as many times you can because there are many new words and terminologies which is helpful for you ever. I also expect that you all will have a thorough reading of the book. Finally, thank you all. Wish you all a blessed day.